We're a week away from Good Friday, and the church has these readings to show us what it is that Jesus goes through. I hear the whispering of many terror on every side. Denounce, let us denounce him, and all this attack on him in Jeremiah, and then in the gospel how they're trying to stone Jesus. But it's not his hour, and so he's able to escape from their grasp. In the midst of this, we hear Jeremiah, for instance, he says, "Let me witness the vengeance you take on them," not because he wants to see vengeance, but he wants to see justice. Jeremiah doesn't know, of course, as we now know, that the perfect justice of Almighty God is actually mercy, forgiveness. And in the psalm today we hear, "I love you, Lord, my strength. O Lord, my rock, my fortress, my deliverer, my God, my rock of refuge, my shield, the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. Praise be the Lord," I exclaim, "and I am safe from all my enemies." Praising the Lord in the midst of the trial. And it goes on to say about the breakers of death surging around, everything going wrong. "But I called on the Lord in my distress, and he answered me." And then the psalm goes on, we don't hear it today, but the psalm goes on to talk about how the Lord comes with great power and thunder and might and basically destroys all the enemies and takes the beloved out, and he says, "He saved me because he loved me." He saved me because he loved me. At the heart of everything that Jesus does is because he loves us. Because he loves you, personally, individually. Today is First Friday, and so we have a special focus on the Sacred Heart. And you may know that every time there's a Eucharistic miracle, when they do an examination, evaluation of what that now piece of flesh is, it's not just a piece of flesh from a human body, but it's part of the heart. That the Eucharist turned into some sort of a flesh is part of the heart. And so we know the Sacred Heart of Jesus is right here on our altar as we adore him today. And that Sacred Heart, which next week on Good Friday we will hear about how it was pierced with a lance and blood and water flowed forth. The signs of his mercy. That heart loves us so deeply, so intimately, so tenderly, that even in the midst of our persecutions, even in the midst of our trials, even as the enemies come up against us in this world, God says, "I love you. I've saved you because I love you." So let us surrender our lives in trust to the Lord. And let us also reach out in love to the heart, which loves so much but is so little loved. Let us reach out to the heart of Jesus in this time of adoration, consoling him, comforting him in his grief, and trusting his love. Trusting his love so much that no matter what happens, we know he is taking care of us.